Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. I thought I would start this week off with a bit of a cheapie, one of my so-called Chinese specials. Now I have already made a top 10 Chinese specials video. I got that one out in time for 11/11, the so-called Singles Day weekend. There were some ridiculous prices floating around on, let's face it, some watches that are already pretty economically viable. Now one watch that made a cameo in that video at number 2 was this one, a really nice little Flieger style watch by Lume featuring sapphire crystal and a Seiko NH35 in it. Now I picked it up in October for $59.99. Thanks to Cyber Monday and Black Friday, AliExpress have still got this one on special. You can buy it for $52 and change. I will leave a link to that one in the description of the video. Now I've already had a couple of requests for the full review on this one, so I thought I would do it while it was still on special. Let's flip the camera and have a look at a Flieger For A 50. So the Lume is going to be getting the full treatment today. I'll do a sapphire crystal test, dimensions and specifications, Lume video, movement accuracy report, and a variety of different wrist shots inside and outside so you can have a good look at this thing. What I won't be doing though is spending a lot of time waxing lyrical about the packaging today because it comes in the most basic unbranded black foam-filled cardboard box that I've ever seen on a watch. One step up from a jiffy bag, I suppose, but you can't really complain for 50 bucks, can you? Let's start with the crystal test then. I've got my $15 Diamond Selector 2 here. Not particularly scientific, but it does get the job done. A little more expensive Pilot's watch, Breitling Navitimer here. We got 3 orange bars on that one. Now this Gladster I picked up on AliExpress on 11/11 to tinker around with. 1 green bar, clearly mineral crystal on that one. Let's check the Lumes in the middle. And a nice strong read also. 3 orange bars, that's good enough for me. It's sapphire. So it may look like a Type B Flieger, but it is considerably smaller than the behemoths from World War II at 55mm. This one just under 40mm in diameter, 11.5mm thick, so nice and slim on wrist, 46mm lug tip to lug tip, so nice compact lug to lug, 20mm lug width, and on the supplied leather strap, this one weighs in at 61 grams, so nice and light on the wrist. It's a 316L stainless steel case, crown and outer case back, at least it's obviously a display case back, but we've got a PVD black coating on this one and also a PVD black coating on the Lume branded buckle. The case is a pretty simple 3-piece design, fairly small crown there with a little Lume logo etched in the middle of it. Now it's a screw down case back, only 30 meters of water resistance, but that is not a particular issue on a pilot's watch. You're not really going to be getting these ones wet. And contained in the back is probably the star of the show today. It's the Seiko NH35 movement. Now we are all familiar with the Seiko NH35, I'm sure. 24 joules, hacks, hand winds, 42-hour power reserve, rugged, robust, reliable, and bloody accurate. Have a look at that one. Now that's just over a fortnight running in the boxy winders, coming in pretty much bang on. I reckon about 20% of the Seiko NH35s that I look at are pretty much spot on accurate. For a $50 watch, you are not going to get any better than that. So let's get back to the dial then. Mostly Type B Flieger as mentioned, due to the 5-minute increments being the dominant Arabics all the way around the outside there. We've got a little minute track also in a kind of yellow colour. Those Arabics are raised, by the way. I'm not sure if they're applied or it's part of the printing process, but there's certainly a bit of depth to the dial. I'll show you it from an angle later on. Bit of Type A Flieger, we've got the triangle with the 2 dots up there at 12 and bit field watchy as well. We've got the inner 24-hour markers on a slightly recessed ring. Lume sapphire printed and automatic printed there above the 6, but a nice clean and legible design, which I guess is the whole point. Now date function, slightly like a Raymond Veal Freelancer in my opinion. You've got the 26, obviously today's date, 27 tomorrow's date, and 25 yesterday's date. So you can see 3 dates of the date wheel there, a little bit more of it exposed than would be normal. Handset also large and legible, fairly simple set of gloss black sword hands complementing the dial colour, and you've got that nice slim needle second hand there, which interestingly enough is lumed. I'll put up the Lume video. One complaint from a lot of these cheap Chinese watches that I've looked at on the channel so far is that when they've had lume, it's been pretty poor. Now, the Rumus isn't amazing. I would have loved to have seen more on the dial itself. It fades pretty quickly, as you can see there, but the hands do last a reasonable amount of time. We're not talking Seiko Lume Bright here, folks, but certainly the best lume of any of these Chinese specials that I've looked at, and actually fairly usable in real world conditions. Another frequent complaint from my Chinese special experience has been the poor quality toed leather used on the straps. Not so this one. Not bad at all, to be honest. You wouldn't be unhappy with this one if you paid $20, $25 for it as a standalone item. Nice graining, nice stitching, all looks pretty robust, genuine leather, and as noted, a decent Rumus branded buckle. And there is the dial from an angle. Hopefully you can see that inner circular recess and the raised Arabics and indices on the outer track. And there is the watch sitting on top of my 7-inch wrist. As noted in the Chinese specials video, I think this one is colour toned really quite pleasantly. You've got a little bit of red there, a little bit of yellow printing on the Arabics on the outer ring. Nice white legible hands and date window, and you've got that high quality honeyed leather strap. Combined with a black PVD, I think this is a good looking little watch. Zoomed out further for some perspective, there it is. Short lug to lug, 45mm only, means that if you're a guy with a slightly smaller wrist, this one is going to suit you no problem at all. And there is the watch out in some Sydney sunshine. Not sure that for $52 you get any AR coating on the dial, but the dial itself and those big sword hands, still pretty legible, and as you can see, it wears nicely out and about. Moans and niggles. Well, how much can I moan about a watch with these specs that is a little bit different as a Flieger? It's not one of those dressy style pieces. Well, to be honest, as nice as this 39.5 40mm size is, 42 would really suit this style of watch. So perhaps if Rumus were going to add to their range in future, they should go up in size rather than small. And the crown is a little bit undersized when you look at the overall dimensions of it, but I can't moan too much. I was delighted to find one of these after a little bit of digging. As noted, I paid $60 for mine. At $52, $53, you can't knock a watch with these specs, especially considering it's got a Seiko hacking hand winding movement that is as accurate as this one. So there you have it, a Flieger for a 50, another knockout deal from AliExpress. How on earth did they do so much watch for so little cash? Seiko NH35, PVD coating, sapphire crystal, usable lume, and a jolly decent leather strap. I guess they saved money on the box for this one. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.